Quantum Riddler. Nope. Go by Precious Airship Fleet. Got him. Airship Fleet. I pulled it off. I did it, guys. It was all worth it. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do, because tonight the Black Fleet rises. Yes, it does. We are running Orzhov Black Fleet Sacrifice here, which is a huge deck that I think that people have been excited about. And yes, I was able to get the Black Fleet up off the ground. We're going to be using the Phoenix Fleet airships along with a sacrifice build here. That's going to be a really, really fun one of the new avatar stuff. So stay tuned for this one. Before we get down into it, before we show you the Black Fleet, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the videos and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Both of those places you can go live and check us out. We'd love to have you there. Hit that bell for notifications, so in case we go live on Twitch or YouTube, you'll be up, or if we post a new video, because you don't want to miss those. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, ask questions, whatever you want. It's going to be there in Discord. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub and my Moxfield, in case you want to get a copy of the Black Fleet for yourself right here. So, what are we talking about when we talk about Black Fleet? Well, it's going to be a sacrifice deck. What we're trying to use is the Phoenix Fleet Airship, which is a very unique card. And I want to talk about this card first, because this is the way that we're going to... You want to sacrifice things to build this thing up. So this is a 2 black and 2, 4/4 artifact vehicle. And I'm not too big of a fan of vehicles, but this one piqued my interest. It is a mythic rare. It's flying. Its only crew is 1, so it's very easy to crew. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrificed a permanent this turn, create a token that's a copy of this vehicle. Now we're getting somewhere interesting. So if we have sacrificed anything this game, this turn, we make a copy of Phoenix. Now, that applies to the copies. So next turn, if we sacrifice another one, we started with 1, now we're going to have 2, now we're going to have 4, and then the next turn, we're going to have 8. Here's the thing. As long as you control 8 or more permanents named Phoenix Fleet Airship, this vehicle is an artifact creature. So if you end up getting 8 of these on the board, you have 8 4/4s that can fly themselves. Okay? They don't need to be crewed anymore. They're creatures. Not only that, if any of them get sacrificed, you get to double them each time. So if any of them got sacrificed, you would get, 7 more again on top of what you already have, which is very, very dangerous here. It's the big fleet. So the whole idea of this deck is to basically draw cards, sacrifice permanents, so we can steady build up our fleet of airships. Also having little guys here to available to constantly crew our airships and swing in. So this is going to be a really interesting one right here. So the first things first, we're going to run some small guys. I'm going to run Greedy Freebooter, 1 black, 1/1. When it dies, you create a treasure token and scry. Great way to get the treasure out. Great sacrifice fodder. Of course, we always need sacrifice fodder. And get that ramp up and the scry. We also do like Nesting Bot. I threw in 1 Nesting Bot. Numbskull actually gave me this deck. I've modified it to my liking, but he came up with the original idea of just focusing on little guy sacrifice. Nesting Bot is great. Also, Infestation Sage. Any of these cards that are going to be 1-drop sacrificers, because remember, a 1/1 can crew the airship. That's all he needs. So any 1/1 can crew the airship, and are also great sacrifice fodder because they generate another 1/1 token, or they give you some sort of bonus when they die. So that's what you're really going to want to focus on, is that when they die, they give you some sort of bonus. Either they give you another creature, or they give you treasure, or something like that. We also have Deadly Precision as a new card right there. Look at her doing her thing. May, sorry. As additional cost to this spell, sacrifice or pay 4, sacrifice an artifact or a creature, play more, and destroy target creature as a sorcery. Not a bad card to put in this if you need a sacrifice outlet. But we're also going to go with Stab and Tragic Trajectory. With the amount of stuff we're going to be self-sacrificing, we can almost always hit the Void ability off on Tragic Trajectory and get -10 on somebody. But even so, -2 is pretty good. The reason that we keep Stab around now, that's for the Badger Mole. Badger Mole is probably one of the most dangerous cards in the game currently. A 2/2, and if they play it, if they're on the play, they can end up on turn 3, they can end up with 9 mana. So you need to watch out, and you need to be able to have your Stab ready to go to immediately hit him in the back with a -2, -3 to pop out those early plays and get rid of them right there. So that is what we're going to be running. All right, so what else are we talking about sacrifice here? Well, Voice of Victory is a pretty good one because that's going to give you 1/1 tokens every time you attack that you have to sacrifice at the end of turn through the mobilization. It also doesn't let your opponents cast spells on their turn, so you have mobilization 2 in that ability, 1 white and 1/3 human bard. So that's going to give you the sacrifice plays as well and a little prevention. We're also going to go with Vengeful Blood Witch. Whenever this creature, another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Yeah, we got to do a little bit of gain and drain here with the vampires. It helps. He's also a good sacrifice because he hits him for 1 right there as well. Those are both good ways of doing it. Here we have Servandum. Now, this is really what set it off. This is actually really good in this. Servandum Sunstar Exemplar is 1 black and 1 white, 2/2 Human Knight, Vigilance, and Menace. Whenever another creature you control dies or is put into exile, put a 1/1 counter on Servandum and you gain 1 life. If his power is 4 or more, when he dies or is put into exile, you destroy a target permanent. Very, very dangerous. And the amount of sacrificing we're going to be doing, this guy's going to be building as a Vigilance Menace creature. He's going to be gaining more and more power, giving us more and more life. And he's just going to be a big threat on the board, generally speaking. And he's also a big threat when we remove him if he has 4 or greater. So this is going to be a really, really cool card to kind of punish people with, especially in this heavy sacrifice deck. We're going to wait to talk about 2 new cards. The other one that we're going to talk about is Umbral Caller Zealot. This is going to be our best boy sacrifice outlet right here. 1 black and 1, 2/3, sacrifice another creature or artifact, surveil 1. This will help us get the cards that we need. It is also the built-in sacrifice outlet that we want for anything else that we're doing. So if we have him out, we can also sacrifice artifacts or any creatures that we want just by clicking him, and we get to surveil so we can figure out what we have. Now, there's 2 new cards that we're adding in here as well, aside from it. Obsessive Pursuit, which is 1 black and 1, which is, I think, one to watch. This could be potentially a game changer card. Whenever this enchantment enters and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a clue token. Of course, a clue token is you pay 2 mana and you sacrifice it, you get to draw a card. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. If X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until the end of turn anyways. So it is constantly hurting us to be under this Obsessive Pursuit, but if we sacrifice enough, maybe we'll gain some life back from it. So this is a really interesting when you combine it with Umbral Caller Zealots and all these little ones here, because you can easily sacrifice multiple artifacts a turn. You can easily do that, which is not a problem. It's really, really simple to just keep cracking those open and keep pumping and keep giving somebody +1/+1, especially Vondum, which is if they kill Vondum, it goes away. He exiles something else on there. So you're going to get a flow of cards into your hand. You're potentially going to gain lifelink and be pumping creatures and generating a clue token each turn that can be sacrifice fodder for you. Because the goal is, of course, to keep feeding things into the airships. The other one that we're going to be running is Sandbender Scavengers. Look at this. 1 black and 1/1. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Very much like Servandum right there, okay? Except you can have multiple because it's not legendary. Human Rogue. So anytime any other permanent, now this can be an artifact. This can be a map token. It can be a creature. It's any permanent. Whenever this creature dies, you may exile it. So it goes away. It doesn't go in your graveyard. It gets exiled. When you do, you return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to this creature's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if they kill something or if this dies, it gets big or it blocks or something like that, Whatever it has been being sacrificed over and over again going into your graveyard gets to get resurrected right there with Sandbender Scavengers. Really, really cool stuff right there. Great way of just getting a nice heavy card on there and feeding it in there. We got to have the sacrifice man in here himself, man. I run Sephiroth a lot, but because to me he is just a mono black staple, or even a gain and drain sacrifice staple. 1 black and 2. Whenever a human avatar soldier legendary 3/3, whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, you draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved, you get to transform Sephiroth into the 1 winged angel, and then 1 winged angel starts playing at full blast and things go crazy. He becomes that supernova. When anyone dies, you get the supernova emblem that anything anywhere dies, you gain and drain. And then he can sacrifice any number of creatures if he attacks as a 5/5 angel. So you can see that we have a lot of internal synergy. Everything is about feeding things into the sacrifice so we can keep drawing cards, scrying, and get to the Phoenix Fleet airship. You can run 4. I didn't want to go too heavy on your rares right here. If you wanted to cut out another one, like you wanted to cut out a nesting bot or a deadly precision and run 4 airships, you certainly can. The whole point is to constantly be putting pressure on your opponent. You're drawing cards, you're gain and draining. Anytime something dies, maybe it'll come back, but you're putting that pressure up. You're drawing, putting pressure, putting the fleets down. It's not easy to kill artifacts. A lot of times, if you just leave these in the back, people don't really have artifact removal. If they become creatures, they're easier to kill. So if you start crewing them with your 1/1s, they're always available to crew. If they don't have any removals, or you figure they have no way of blocking any kind of airships that go in, they're always available to crew. But once you have one of them on the board, it's basically very, very hard to get rid of all of them unless somebody has destroy all artifacts, because they just multiply. They're like a weed, you know what I mean? You have 2 of them. If you sacrifice anything, you're gonna have 4 of them next turn. You could attack with 2 a turn, and as long as you're cracking out one of your clue tokens or something like that, they're just going to regenerate and regenerate. There's an endless fleet. It is the Black Fleet. So this is a really, really cool combination play right here. We're going to go with 1 Dalkovan encampment right there for the mobilize right there. Greater Ashen City, which could create a spirit token. Realm of Ko creates a spirit token. Swamps, Bleachbone, Concealed Courtyards, and Godless Shrines. The Black Fleet rises. We do get it off twice. You're going to watch those games because we do actually activate the full fleet a couple of times and get 8 of them on the board and are able to completely begin the invasion. So we look at the stats right here. This is going to be 26 creatures, mostly humans, 2 instants, 3 sorceries, 4 artifacts, 3 enchantments, 24 lands, and a 1.9. Could you cut a land on that cheap one? Yeah, possibly. It's a pretty cheap deck, but I want you to make sure that you get all the lands that you need. So just be careful with that. But that is what we're looking at on the Black Fleet right there. I really like this. I did not think I was going to like the Phoenix Airship combination so much, but man, big thanks to Numbskull, my partner in podcast. If you've seen our podcast, you've seen Numbskull. He came up with the core concept, because the way I was doing it was too slow. You need to go low, you need to go quick, fast, cheap, and just slowly build your armada and get them out that way. As far as the other combo stuff we do have Zuko's Conviction for resurrecting. Judy, one of many, will absolutely let you sacrifice and do stuff like that. Timeline Color is not bad either. Tolls of War is very good. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent during your turn, you create a white ally. It triggers only once a turn. This could be very, very useful if you don't want to do Obsessive Pursuit or one of the other one. Tolls of War is actually very, very good. I like that one a lot. So that's an easy swap in case you don't want to do Obsessive. Dalkovan Pack Beast for more mobilization. Foggy Swamp Visions is great too. You can sacrifice a whole board from this one if you Waterbend. Probably the only Waterbending card that I'll ever run. You can Waterbend X and exile X cards from graveyards. You create copies of them, and then you sacrifice those tokens. So you can reanimate stuff with Foggy Visions and bring it back. And I do think a Zhao Ruthless Admiral is something to consider. I know he's red, but you can bring him in for 4. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, creatures you control get +1 until the end of turn. There's no limit on that. He gets Firebending too, but if you sacrifice 5 things, everyone would get +5/+5. He keeps pumping. So Zhao is actually pretty decent if you wanted to commit that way. But the Black Fleet rises. I sound like Bane. The fire rises, brother. That's a fucking reference, right? Reference and a half right there. Let's get into it, guys. We're going to get into standard Black Fleet. Here we go. Leave a comment. Make sure you like the video. Let's get into it. Okay. Keep. Pay 2 life, put down nesting bot. Alright, human token. Obsessive pursuit. Let's do that. I do really want to try to make Phoenix Airship work. It might only work in Rakdos where we have a huge amount of ramp and treasure to sacrifice, but we're definitely going to try it. Oh, there it is. The most cracked card in the game. Villainy and the Wild Rose. Nice. Concealed Courtyard. Realm of Ko, I'll take it. Alright, so that's how to use that. There we go. That's some good synergy there. Boom, look at that. Hey, what's up, Horror Story? How you doing? Machinist Arsenal. Okay. By the way, guys, invest in Badger Cup. Best case scenario, you have an amazing fucking use of your mythic rares. Worst case scenario, you it gets banned because it's too powerful and you get your rares back. So I don't feel like there's a situation where you're gonna lose out. I don't feel like there's a situation where you're gonna end up being worse for rare off this one. Realm of Ko. Pirate Fleet Airship. Pirate Fleet Airship. Meathook Massacre. Meathook Massacre is an amazing card. It's banned in Standard, or it was, rather, because it was so powerful. It was an incredibly powerful card. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. Let's kill that. Vionian, Wild Rose. Meathook Massacre 2, yeah, we kind of wished for a better situation on Meathook Massacre 2, I'll tell you that much. Gonna go in for 4, 5, boom. Guess how many we're gonna have now? Fleet. There we go. Oh, Meathook Massacre 2. Yeah, Meathook Massacre 2 is a little bit disappointing, but it's still a good card. Good art on it, at the very least. Yeah, there's the fleet, guys. There's the fleet. Samurai's Katana. Boom, 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 boom. My turn. Land. Fly you. Fly you. All right, Spirit Dog, you get to drive the ship. We hit for 10. Fleet, fleet, fleet. We would have actually got our activated fleet there. Very nice. It might be expensive in other formats. I just know in Standard it's not very good. We're 2 for 2 here with this deck, which is, you know, not terrible. Hey, look, it's Covey. I call him Covey. Nobody else does, only me. Let me do that. Sage. Dalkavan, Swamp Mountain. Oof. Okay. Let's see if he wants to. I might have to hold that stab until he can. Yeah, because he's going to run Badger. You know he's going to run the sauce. He's going to run Badger Mole Cub. And kill that shit right away. We're going to deal with that shit immediately. He's going to do it right now. Oh no, Great Big Divide guy. Okay. He has the option to protect it. No, he's not going to. We didn't get any new cards yet. Boom. Nope. Changed his mind. He has every color here, so there's no telling what's going to come out of that gate. There's no telling what's going to come out of that gate. Let's try it. Because there could be a counterspell in there for all we know. Yep. As expected. Double block me. Yeah, that's a good idea. Boom. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Ally. Can't be blocked. My turn. Let's do Sand Skiff. Let's try that. He's probably going to counterspell that. He's got something in his hand here. It's blue. Do we want another one of those? No, we don't. Boom. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think we already have one. Well, get rid of it. No attackers. End turn. He loves Lamp. I love Lamp. The Fearless. An ally triggers once, it triggers again. He's playing real scary. Boom, boom, boom. Got him with Sandbenders. Got him. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I res art like the... whatever the painting is, and I see a lot of fucking detail. Not bad. Boom. Ruda. Got something in his hand. Probably a counterspell. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because he's probably got a counterspell. Yep. I'll fall for that shit again. There we go. We don't need that yet. Boom. $16 likes, guys. Come on, we can do better than that, right? Come on, we gotta quench. No? Why she tongue? To blockers. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Boom, boom. Got him. Take that, Simic. A few times, once or twice to some great effect. The biggest issue with it, Horror Story, I'll tell you the biggest issue, it's slow. The worst thing you can be in Magic right now is slow in Standard. So that's kind of the issue, is that it really doesn't get off until, you know, turn 6 or something to that effect. You're never going to get quite what you want until turn 6. Hey, what's up, Francois? How you doing? Free Rebooter. Oh, look at that. Servandum. It. Very nice. Boom. Got a lot of mana to put down. Bahamut. You see the problem here, guys? Do you see the issue? He has 4 mana on the board and he got a Bahamut out. A 9-drop. The hard way. It's absolutely fucking cracked. That's the issue. He has essentially unlimited mana right now as Ugin. With 2 Badgermole Cubs out, each of these produces 4.
Equilibrium must be restored.
Or 3, rather. So that's 12 mana that he can cast right there.
My plan bears fruit.
And then I die. Boom. There you go. You see the problem. Ops goes first. Not ideal, but we'll go for it. Early access is pretty fun. It can be frustrating, but it also can be very fun. Let's do Infestation Sage. Okay. Airbend Ascension. Pay 2 life. I'll put that down. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Get lost. Oof. Realm of Ko. Oof. Doc Arlock. Do this. Do that. Down. Pop. That's a good amount of magic to watch, man. He's probably going to flash that. No? Is he going to stabilize that? No. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, he didn't do it. See if we get the counter spell. No, we didn't. Why not? Pop. Gets the double. Airbender Ascension. And knock you back. Do this. Poof. Do this. Poof. Drive. Drive. Go, airship fleet. Go, my airship fleet. Beza. Boundless Spring. Boom, boom. he ascended on that. So he can exile and return Beza there. Artifact. You. Sacrifice you. Okay. Go, airship fleet, go. There we go. Watch this. Could be a board wipe. Quantum Riddler. Nope. Go by precious airship fleet. Got him. Airship fleet. I pulled it off. I did it, guys. It was all worth it. It was all worth it. I'm not happy about playing this person again. They're playing very, very, very slowly, and we have 30 minutes left. I don't like that. I need you to put the fucking gas on here, man. We're almost dead. He's got a counterspell here. No other reason for Izzet to just not play anything. He's waiting to counter whatever I put out. I suppose we have to draw it from his hand. Well, we can wait. We can wait. I don't need him with bigger creatures in the graveyard. When free to rebooter, yeah, we'll have to say a free to rebooter best moments farewell. Yeah, see, he's clutching a counterspell in his hand. Boop, 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 boop. Any Merc Crab. Do that one. Alright. We'll do this. Let's draw those counter spells out. Abandoned attachments. This is a pro player, so all deference has to go to Shahar. I don't know if you know this, we're actually in the Grand Prix right now. Probably do something to this, but it's okay. We got another one. There you go. Oof. Duplicate the Phoenix airship. Screaming Mimi. We all miss Screaming Mimi, don't we? We all miss Screaming Mimi. Every last one of us does. There isn't a soul on this earth that doesn't. Crab. That. Tap 2 target creatures. go. Raining blood. Grand. Marching to the kingdom of the dead. No, that's accumulate wisdom for that. He didn't put down his Riddler, aka his Rizzler. He did get to look for a Crad. He is gonna combustate that. Accumulate wisdom again. Well, he's either got a wipe for this or he doesn't. He's either got another big wipe for this or he doesn't. So, we'll see. Very likely he has a fire magic or ill-timed explosion will solve his problem. Or he loses. One or the other. But he's got 3 cards in his hand and an ability to draw a lot of shit. So, we'll see. Don't be a mana, please. Just game, please just don't be a mana. It's a mana. Next. Okay, so the only real out that he had was... I think he doesn't have it anymore. He could have topped... No, it costs 4 to cast. Ooh, there we go. Hey, look, it's Ali Eldrazi. You ready for him to have fucking 1,000 win cons by turn 2? I bet you are. Boom. Hey, what's up, official? Hey, here comes the, oh no, Glimpse of the Core. All right. Officially Sephira, how you doing? I'm surprised we don't have a cub yet. Where's she tongue? Where's she tongue? Build up the scavengers. Good card, by the way. Solid. Solid card. Can mill. Servandum and Sandbender both punish removal. Oh, see, why'd you have to go and do that? Could nuke me right now. He could nuke me right now. The cub, you just got to kill the cub right away. Dragon back assault. Boop. To each creature and each planeswalker. Boom, boom, knockout. Hey, Superior Spider. Listen, I made a Superior Spider-Man deck, man. It is kind of what I like, but okay, guys. I think we can officially call it pretty solid. We beat Ali Eldrazi and a pro player. 60% win rate, 83 on the play. Really solid running right here. Really, really good games. Numbskull really came up with something to do the air. And we activated the fleet twice. Which is, you know, I love activating the fleet. The Black Fleet. It's good. It's good stuff, guys. What can I say? It works. You know, we are putting in a couple of new cards. A couple of them are solid. I know we're not loading it down with all the Breast new cards, but Sandbender's solid, Airfleet solid, and Obsessive Pursuit I think may be one of the up and comers, one of the ones we're not talking about. So yeah, definitely a good deck. Definitely.